Hello, everyone, and welcome to Out of Character. I'm your host, the Faulty GM, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about some Brigade Con announcements. Now, I have two Brigade Con announcements, and the first one that I want to talk to you guys about is a panel that I'm running at Brigade Con at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on October 10th for Brigade Con, and the panel is called A Tour Through Sunder, and Sunder is my new setting, and as the name states, I am doing a tour through it. So the tour is going to be me talking about it, just going through a lot of the information that I've been working on, showing maps and pictures of it, and just giving general commentary about the world that I've been building, and the way that I build worlds, and the way that I go about the techniques that I use. You'll be able to see some of I've posted up some videos, so the videos that I've been using, you'll be able to see some of that stuff in action. And also in future videos, I'll be using Sunder as my baseline for any examples that I give. So, yeah, it's a pretty interesting thing. So, I won't just leave you guys with that. I'll give you guys a little taste of what Sunder is. So, Sunder is the result of an interplanar or an interdimensional or whatever you want to call it. It's pretty much a giant war that scaled all the realms and ultimately destroyed all the realms. Now, before all the realms could be destroyed, the ruling god, the king of the gods, sacrificed himself, and in doing so took all that remained of all the realms that were left and smushed them together in one planet. And that planet is Sunder. Now, as soon as he died, the spot of the ruling god was vacant, so all the gods instantly descended into war. And the god of trickery, afraid that history would repeat itself and that the gods would destroy what remained of reality, he pretty much tricked all the gods into playing this game on the mortal world, and thus the game of the gods has begun. And in a nutshell, Sunder is pretty much a very high magic world. It is a world in which magic permeates through all things. Everything that is living and everything that is not has a touch of magic in it. And all the gods are walking among the world, so the world is full of war, the world is full of turmoil, but the most important thing, and the thing that I have spent a lot of time building into this world, is adventure. There is so much adventure that awaits in this world. There are so many things to explore, so many things to do, and just so much happening in the world that it's almost impossible to not have some form of great story to tell in this world. Pretty much, I have so much that I want to tell you guys. There's so much that I've been working on this for the past 2 months, and I've been working diligently, day and night. Pretty much, what I do is I go to work, I work on the setting at work while I'm working, and then I come home, I play Destiny, and then I get 2 hours before I go to sleep. I work more on the world. I wake up. I work on the world before I go to work, and then I go, and it just repeats itself. And that's all I've been doing, trying to get as much information as I possibly can, and try to, get it to the point that me as a perfectionist appreciates it, so that before I put it out there, I have so much to give you. So I have so much to talk about. So many things about Sunder I want you guys to know. But Brigade Con is coming up, and all of you guys will be able to see it then. So yeah, look out for that. Again, it's at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time during Brigade Con on October 10th. So if you don't know about Brigade Con is an online convention that's going on October 10th, and for 24 hours you'll just see everybody that's in the community just posting up videos, either in other games, doing panels, and so that you can remember this better, this is actually happening like by chance. Actually, I'm really happy I'm not competing with these guys, but it happens directly after the Roll Up and Die panel. So the Roll Up and Die panel is a podcast that Matt Click, Barker, and another gentleman, they run a podcast. So you can check out their podcasts, and they're running a panel as well. So yeah, check that out. And right after that is my panel. So cool. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about, and probably the thing that everybody is here to look at, is the raffle that I'm doing. So the raffle that I'm doing is not for any product or anything. It's for a game that I'm running. Now, the reason that I'm doing a raffle is because Tim and James Carney are both going to be in this game. And not planned, but so is Matt Click. So those three people are going to be in this game. Now, originally, what it was I was talking to Tim and James at Tabletop Terrors, and I asked them if they would want to play in a special Copper Jackals game, where I ran a game that they could play as characters that got minted, because, you know, the Copper Jackals, and I thought it would be a really cool idea for the group to see, you know, the people that created the Copper Jackals and created Dragon Grin, to see them get minted as well. And they said yes, and we all got to talking, me, Tim, James, and Chris from Drop Dice, and we all decided that it would make the most sense for us to run a raffle, because there's a lot of people that we could probably choose from that would make, you know, really great companion characters for them, but we thought it would be fair to give everybody the opportunity that wants the opportunity to play with them, instead of us just picking who we want to play with. So yeah, that's pretty much the way it's going to work out. So if you don't know anything about the Copper Jackals, I'll give you the spiel. So Tim and James Carney from Tabletop Terrors, they made this setting called Dragon Grin. Now, Dragon Grin exists on the exact same planet as Aeronoth and Ankea. I hope I pronounced that right. I always say it wrong. And pretty much they're the settings for the Provokers and the Winds of Sorceline, if you haven't heard of them. And what they've pretty much been doing is they opened up this group called the Copper Jackals. Now, the Copper Jackals are a secret underground organization in Dragon Grin that operates like the Black Ops. You know, they are the most trained, the most skilled, and the most disciplined soldiers out there, and they operate from behind the curtain. So they do whatever is necessary to make sure Dragon Grin is safe, make sure Arthur Vale doesn't fall to any kind of chaos or anything else that tries to take down the world. You know, they're big picture kind of people, and they do small things too, but normally it's for a purpose. Now, the thing is that they do it without compromise. So here are the ways that the Copper Jackals kind of come into play. The Copper Jackals will find and scout people that they want to join their organization. They'll leave them a piece of unminted copper ore. That person then, once they've proved themselves, will find that ore minted into a coin. And then the Jackals will find them. Once the Jackals find them, those people will be offered the chance to be initiated. And if they survive the initiation, they'll be bitten, which is pretty much they'll get the coin embedded into them, and they'll be an official member of the Copper Jackals. So pretty much Tim and James broke it down into two parts. You have to run a session in which your character gets minted, meaning you prove yourself to the Copper Jackals, and they turn your copper piece, or your ore turns into a copper piece. And then after that, you can run a session where you get initiated and you become an official Copper Jackal, and then you can start running, you know, awesome things like that. So pretty much 2 sessions, and then you're free to do anything that you want the Copper Jackals to do. And for a long time, the group has been operating in that way, and I think the group still operates in that way. But I wanted, so yeah, that's pretty much how it works. So what this session will be is the minting session for Tim and James to be minted in this world. So they will have official characters in their own world, essentially, that are finally getting minted. So yeah, that's pretty much the spiel on the world. So how does this work, right? How does this raffle work? So the first part is simple. Everybody has to send me a concept, a character concept, to thefaultygm at gmail.com. Send that to me and I'll read it over. Now, once everybody has sent me a concept, and the concept doesn't have to be crazy, it could be a few sentences, it could be a few pages, whatever you feel is necessary to adequately portray your character, right? Show me who your character is and how you think they can work well with others. Show me your character's personality. You can put in backstory if you want. You don't have to, but just give me a clear sense of who your character is. And if you feel you can sum that up in a few sentences, perfect. The next step is that I'm going to be picking my top 5. So I'm going to be picking my top 5 concepts that I feel work best with Tim, James, and Matt's characters, and with the story that I'm trying to run, because I want this to be as awesome an experience as possible. This is also not just me being nitpicky. This is also so that I don't have to randomly choose and have to play with some, guy named Zur who's a talking meatball from the planet 69. I don't have to play with trolling characters, and I can play with, awesome characters that I feel fit the script. Now, the next part is that from the top 5 people that I choose, it's going to be left up to the community. So I'm going to be posting this up in the Copper Jackals group, and I'll post up all the 5 people's concepts that I really liked, and based on those, you guys will choose 2 of them that you want to see in the game. So based on your votes, even if you don't think you're going to be able to make the game, if you think you're going to watch the game, you get to decide what characters you want to see in the game being run. So we all thought that was fair, and we thought that it was cool that we could have the community kind of participate in this. So yeah, that's pretty much the last part. Now, there are 2 rules, right? The first rule is that you have to be a part of the Copper Jackals group. So I'm going to leave a link to the Copper Jackals group below in the description. So all you have to do is join the group. You don't have to post anything, just join the group. Maybe say hi to everybody, and once you've joined the group, you are qualified and you can send me in a concept. The second thing you have to do, or the second rule, I guess, is you can't, once we get to the last part where I'm posting up everybody's concepts, once I've posted up your concept, if you're part of the top 5, you can't share that you are the person that made that concept. The reason for this is I would like it to be as anonymous as possible. And that's because I want people to choose based on the characters, not based on the players. So I want people to choose, the coolest character that they think could fit into this game, and not just, oh man, I would really like Barker to play in this, or I would really like, I don't know, whoever else is super, like Juice or Nate. I would really like those guys to play in this game. No, you should choose it based on the character. That gives everybody the opportunity and everyone the same level of chance as everybody else. Now, for anybody who is already in the Copper Jackals, if you're already in the Copper Jackals and you've already posted up a character and you want that character to be a part of it, send me your concept anyway, and me and you will work it out. I'll probably change your name or something when I post up the concept if your character is chosen. So if you want your character and you're already a part of the Copper Jackals, as I have made this video, so before this video has come out, you're already a part of the Copper Jackals and you've already posted up a character, don't worry about it. Send me your concept anyway, and we'll work it out. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are the 2 main announcements that I wanted to share with you guys about Brigade Con. Now, there is one more thing that I wanted to note about my channel in general, and that's that I'm planning on posting up a new series. I've never actually done a video series before, but I wanted to post up a series called the Divine series, and it's only going to be a 3-video series. And what I'm going to be trying to tackle is I'm going to be trying to tackle the question of how to build a god, how to build a pantheon, and then how to use those gods in your game. I've noticed that a lot of people watch, that I watch, have said that creating gods is literally the worst part of creating. Like, they just either don't do it, or they ignore it, or whatever. But I wanted to try to tackle this, and I wanted to try to provide you guys with a way to create gods and pantheons and use them that is concise, that's very easy to use. And when I started doing this, I decided that I didn't want to lump all of these into one video. I wanted to break it into 3 different videos so that I could focus on each particular part of the overall thing, so that you guys get a better understanding of it, so that I can give you as much detail as possible on each thing. So yeah, if you're interested in that kind of thing, you're interested in building gods, please look out for those. Those will be coming out very soon. And yeah, with that, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys, join the raffle, and I hope you guys look forward to a tour through Sunder, and I hope you guys are just looking forward to Brigade Con in general. So thank you for everyone who has subscribed so far, and if you like this video and you would like to see more, please like and subscribe. Thanks guys, have a good day.